So here's one of our fields that we still have to hay. It's our only field that we have left, not left, but it's the only field that we have to hay. So in years past, this has produced about 30 bales or so. So, you know, as I say, we need like 450 bales to get through the winter, and it's looking tough this year to do that. There's not a lot of hay available, and you know, this is pretty much what we're banking on here for an extra 30, hopefully 40. But you know, the toughest part about what we've experienced so far in moving to the area that we live in is that honestly, there's not a lot of helpful people. And you think, you know, you move to an area where, you know, there is agriculture going on, and you know, we buy our hay, we're happy to pay for it. But man, like, very few people have offered us the opportunity to either A, cut their hay and pay for it, or B, just pay them for it. So it makes it hard. You know, you look at your cattle herd and what you're doing and what you're trying to do, and you start sitting back some days and you're like, are we gonna have to sell this herd? And it's not because we can't afford the herd, it's because we don't have hay through the winter to feed the herd. And that's just something I would like to say to people that are thinking of getting into this at some point in their life. When you decide to purchase a property, you know, look around you and see what availability there is in terms of, you know, are you really in an agricultural community? Keyword meaning community, where people work together and want to help you? Or are you moving into a place where you're going to be alone and have to figure everything out, you know, for survival purposes of your herd on your own? And that's sort of what we've run into. In this community, there's a lot of relationships, I guess, that last a long time and have lasted a long time. And, you know, when you come in as a newcomer, they don't want to deal with you. You're new, you're different, you are symbolic of change, and it makes it hard. And that's what we've experienced here. So, you know, one of the thought processes that Lauren and I had when we moved to a rural area was that we were moving out of a city environment where people are all in a rush and they're focused on their own thing, and growing and building and accelerating. And we thought when we came to more of a rural environment that we'd come across, I guess, people with more of a giving heart, people that want to help one another and mentor and help each other succeed, or help even new people succeed. And that has been the total opposite case for us. So I don't know if it's just because of the region that we're in or what, but sometimes when you move to a new place and you're not from that place and you have no ties, you know, you're looked at as an outsider. And it's discouraging if you let it, but it's motivating if you can get to that place. So that's our story here. It's like we came to a place where the receival rate of us has not been very good, and it sucks, but we get after it every day. And you know, we have found our base of customers in New York, downstate New York City, Westchester, Long Island, New Jersey, Rockland County, Fairfield County, Connecticut, North Jersey, all the way through South Jersey. Jersey's been really good to us. So, you know, this is not about complaining, but it is our reality. And part of this show and channel is about sharing our reality with you as opposed to just some fluffed up version that most people share. And that's, every day we get up and grind. Like even this morning, Lauren had to drive an hour and 25 minutes to Syracuse to pick up 200 pounds of dry ice so we can ship our orders out. And these people have been telling us for 6 weeks that they would deliver it to us. So they deliver it. We're happy to pay for it. And they just, every week, it's a new excuse and a new problem and a new reason why they can't. And that's just been this whole journey. Just nothing but friction. Nothing but snowball being pushed up the hill. Now, the best part is the animals, and that's really why we got into this, is great animals, great meat, and great customers. And that we check the box on. But some of the peripheral stuff that, again, most customers don't know about, or most people don't know about, has been probably the greatest challenge in doing this. And it can get quite frustrating. And we do a lot of motivational talks to ourselves. I happen to be a coach, which helps to push through and always be competitive and always compete and never roll over for anybody. And that's what we've been using as our fuel to drive us forward. And again, it's not everybody in this region, but again, it has been a challenge. And like I said, hay, you can see this field is thin too. It's a thin field. Like this is what we have to rely on, So, it sucks when you get no help from people, or people tell you one thing and then they do something else. Yeah, you could cut our hay, you can cut my hay. And then all of a sudden they bail out. It's just, that's the story here. So again, we're gonna keep pushing forward. We're gonna find hay. We've even thought about buying a farm down south, or finding a farm down in Virginia or somewhere south of here where we can get more hay production and maybe even move some animals down there. Or we've had a couple other people approach us about leasing land up here, and we're highly considering it to keep this thing going, because it's a great thing, and it's great to be able to provide people with fresh food and great tasting meats. We had orders go out to Florida last week, South Carolina. We have an order going to Virginia today. So it's good. And in life, you're going to come across people that are difficult. Push through. You're going to deal with situations that are difficult. Push through. And that's why I go for these walks every morning to clear my head and stay focused on what it is that we want to do and what we set out to do. And I suggest everyone else do the same, because if you are thinking about relying on other people for your future and your destiny, you're going to be in big trouble. So again, push forward, drive forward, keep your head up, and don't let people knock you around and push you down, because they're going to try, and you just can't let them. So anyway, just something to think about if you do desire to move to the country. We met a wonderful lady yesterday, Judith, and she was telling us same thing. She moved up from Naples, Florida, and she's been dealing with some challenges as well locally, just not getting help and people not wanting to help her. And man, what a wonderful lady. She decided to start a farm on her own. She bought an old farm that hadn't been farmed in 15 years, and I want to say she's probably in her 50s, and she's just pushing forward and every day grinding away. And she's at the point now where she called us, she needs some help. And it's a shame that she can't get the help either. So it's sort of this thing, I guess, if you come from out of town and you're not a part of the club, it's there almost seems like there's a motion at times to push you out. But at the end of the day, before that happens, we've decided to form our own club. And what's great is we have people coming from all over the place up to the farm. We're using this farm as a showcase, for our farm and the animals and the meat, but also for the area. And what we're finding is a lot of people that are coming up here from downstate, the city areas, are like, wow, guys, do you know of any properties for sale? Do you know if anybody's selling? I'd like to get involved with this. Like we had a gentleman, Niall, from Ireland and Pearl River, New York, come up, and he's looking for land. And you know, we have Scott Greene down the block from us who's come up, and he's got land, and he's from Long Island. We have some other families as well that have come up and bought land, so it's kind of cool. Like, people are coming to this area, and you know, they're not from that old club, they're part of the new club, and it's a lot of fun to welcome them aboard. And you know, we bond tight with them, and together I think we can do some pretty cool things. Like Scott Greene helped us seed our lawn our pasture this year, and it's come out really nice, and a great supporter of everything that we do. And Niall as well, coming up and buying chickens and coming to the Greg Judy workshop, and it's all cool. So anyway, just a little stuff I wanted to share today on this Monday morning. Not to be a Debbie Downer in any way, but just talking some truth. So just wanted to share that with you and spread that message to you. But anyway, that's Charles down there in that car. He's coming back with a whole cow, a quarter cow, and an eighth of a cow today that we're going to be packing up and sending out to families throughout the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania area. So I even think we have an order going to Rhode Island and Massachusetts. So there's a saying in sports that we say, and it's can't stop, won't stop. So we're going to keep going and keep on pushing forward. Thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for being a part of this fun farm journey with us as well. There's the farm from a different angle. Pretty cool. And if you like the channel, give us a subscribe, give us some likes, give us some comments. Maybe some of you could relate to this. And thanks for hanging with us and spending your time listening to me rant and our channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.